it's good to understand what is not meditation. We've been saying meditation is to empty the mind. Meditation is merging with that consciousness, that energy field. Meditation is to become aware of what you are every moment. Developing that great mindfulness to be aware of the moment non-judgmentally. But what's not meditation? Meditation is merely not, it's not just an intellectual process. It's not understanding intellectually that, yes, okay, everything is energy, so everything is emptiness, so you have it an understanding of the mind. It's not meditation. Just thinking that I understood everything, a Vedant is, just understood that everything is, what is there, fate is written, what is there, it's all, Brahman is there everywhere. What is there? I am illusionary. This whole life is illusionary anyway. Matter is illusion. So what's the point in going after this and that? So there is that kind of understanding. There's no experience. So it's not an intellectual process. You have to experience to recognize, and then when you go into the process, then you know what it means. The moment you realize that you are here to experience a lot more. It's not mental exertion. Some people think meditation is going to exert a lot of mind pressure. I really have to control my mind. No, we don't control our mind. It's not exertion, it's not concentration. No, it's not controlling our mind at all. We got to let go. When we observe our breath, mind is slowly becoming empty. So letting go of everything. So no one is controlling the mind. When I say mind is equal to thoughts, then we're not controlling the thoughts. We are just letting them naturally go away by observing the breath, moving our attention away. A lot of people say, hey, I have my quiet time. That's my meditation. That's not a meditation. Meditation is an empty mind process. So quiet time is where they contemplate. What they're saying is, I contemplate. Every moment, every now and then I'll go in and I just be quiet. And so things come and then I just go around with them. It's still a mind process. A contemplation is a great complementary process to meditation, but it's not meditation. Contemplation is, what is it saying? Every 3 months you can sit down, right? Just slow down, pause, and then, go and sit in your garden or somewhere, relax it, and then just go back and say, hey, what's happening in my 3 months? How did life go? It's a great technique to just go back and then learn from everything. So let go of certain things and then gain a greater understanding in the last 3 months. What did I do? Last 1 year, what did I do? How has it been for the last 5 years? I know I've been running this business now. What is it I've been doing? What have I learned? Should I let go? So when you start pondering over that, over a period of, that thing, then you'll get answers. So contemplation is great, but that's not a meditation. Contemplation will lead to answers, but a few people who have already evolved from the past will become aware of everything that's happened because they access the knowledge from the past. And so they will go into a meditative state, but not everybody otherwise. It's not concentration. Meditation is not concentration. What is concentration? If there is a cup of hot tea on the table and I've asked you to concentrate on it, then you're going to come back and tell me 5 things. Hey, the edges are round, the cup is full, and then steam is going so much high. And by looking at the color, I think there's got a lot of milk in it. So you will tell many things by concentrating on something. You'll get to know more about that thing, right? You'll get to know more about that thing, person, place. That's how we learn more. When you look at an object, when you look at a person deeply, if you are sensitive, aware, you can learn more about the person. So concentration is to know more, but meditation is to do subtle observation. There's a difference between concentration and observation, right? I should observe that hot cup of tea. So it is there. So I want to observe. You don't bother about what color of the cup is. Is it round? Is it square? Right? Is the tea is hot or cold? All of that is analysis. You want to just simply observe what comes and then goes. When you analyze, then you go deep into it. How hot, how cold it is. And the moment you analyze it's very hot, then suddenly you pull a memory from the past where hot liquid fell on your skin and then burnt. All those things come around, right? If you concentrate, that's what will happen. You pull everything around it to know more about that. In meditation is subtle observation. Very, very important to understand this. When you subtly observe the breath, don't go into the breath and say, oh, my breath is going fast and slow. Why is it happening? That's analysis. You go deep into the concentration of it. You'll get to know that also. Those who are anxious, the breath will be very erratic. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. But our practice of our period of meditation is all become, it'll be coherent for a period of time. So initially, don't worry about it. So meditation is not concentration. Meditation is not prayer, it's not worship, it's not chanting. Chanting or japa or tapa. Tapas is to reduce the needs of the body. Not eating, not speaking, not doing some of these. They're all there, but the mind is not emptied. So some of these techniques will allow us to go into that, but it's a long drawn process. It's one of the very inefficient process. Because they're all active mind process, and slowly, you have to get into the zone over a period of time. Whereas observe the breath, you zoom, you go into the emptiness pretty quick. Chanting is an active mind process. You are involved, you're actively chanting of this. Now, there are alternative to meditation. There's a mantra meditation is there, japa meditation is there. They're all there called meditations. But then you figure, because when you are putting your attention away from the thought, when you're ceasing to do any mind activity, then you are automatically becoming who you are truly, is that emptiness energy. If that the whole idea is to merge in, to go beyond the body, then empty the mind. And empty the mind is the most easily done when you go away from the thought, when you go away from any mind activity. Now, observation of the breath, one would say, yes, it is also mind activity. But this way, when you do subtle observation of that thing, which always exists naturally with us, but we don't even realize it is there. And so we have the natural tendency to forget about it, go beyond it very, very quickly. Breath is very intelligent. It's not just a physical process. It is carrying the prana, we know that. Anything else need not exist, but the breath is not there, you know that prana is not there, so we're not there. So one has to see breath is beyond mere physical activity. It's not just another biological process. Because if it's not there, something deep is not there. We know that, right? So it's an intelligent process connecting us from this external matter to the internal this. So when you hold on to the breath and observe it, natural breath. Again, if you exert, pranayama is not meditation. If you exert, there is so much mind is there in it. Chanting, not meditation. Prayer is where actually with the mind you're invoking, so you're doing things. There's a lot of mind process, gives you peace of mind, but not give us to become one, to become the God-like, to become that energy, and to experience that infinite possibility. Those using that go into the trances and see in every time when you go into this emptiness, what is the intention with which you're going in? If the intention is to know more about you, then even in prayer or chanting or somebody singing deeply and then they go into the trance state, if the intention is to know more about you, to become that whole, then it is working. If the intention is merely to just enjoy more of that, so you will do that. People go into flow state in working where they forget time and space and go working. So they will become very productive. They will do all of that, but they still never know about themselves because their intention is not there. But they think, hey, my running is my meditation, my marathon is my meditation, some people say. Because in that space, when you are marathon, when running, you will sort of go into a relaxed state. You go to relaxation, you're not going to the empty states of mind in a way you understand yourself, because that's not your intention, not even aware. And if you did it, if you are aware, then it would help to know more about you, except that it is a not necessarily a great process of efficient process. Sitting down, observing the breath, getting into the zone in a couple of minutes, versus doing that thing for 30 minutes of running, jogging, and then finally going to that state. Visualization is not meditation. Visualization is visualization, which is an active mind process to create more. And you visualize an empty state of mind, it's great. So your thoughts are reaching the target pretty quickly. But visualization is not meditation. Many people who visualize and say, I'm doing my meditation. It's not. Meditation is emptying so that you become that energy, that consciousness. So you understand who you are. You know more about yourself. Am I just the body? Why are things happening the way they're happening to me? While some people seem to make things so quickly, why is it a hard life for me? Or vice versa. Why is this person who was like this yesterday is behaving differently? What's happening? So when you ask, all of these, they start getting revealed in meditation, in an empty state of mind. What's required for us? Hypnosis. Meditation is not hypnosis. Hypnosis is in a state where people are regress so that you are hypnotized, so that you are not aware of what you are, who you are. And so you do what the others want you to do. Hypnotist wants you to do something, you'll do that. But in meditation, you're consciously aware. You are empty. In a process, you become empty, or you basically surrender to the process. But in meditation, you're consciously aware of everything happening, yet you are not there, and so you're ready to receive. You are highly suggestible in meditation, but you're fully aware. So, which means what? When you say if there's consciousness, if whatever name you want to give, if that exists and that knows about everything, that's what we become. When we lose ourselves, doesn't mean that we forget, we don't have anything around, but a meditator will become 360-degree aware of everything happening around them, just like a child. If you know a 4-year-old, 3-year-old, 2-year-old, while they're playing, they're fully attending to what parents are talking, what's happening on the TV. They are aware of everything because they are truly meditators in the empty state, so they flow. So their sensory perceptions, they're seeing from the third eye, or this mind side, that they're receiving energy, signal information all the time, so they have it. So suddenly at the age of 7, he'll say something, some dialogue, and say, he gets like, oh, what? Where did he pick this up from? But they capture it. So we are becoming, in meditation, we develop 360 awareness, highly aware. You're working deeply, but the moment some disturbance comes, something else, you're constantly paying attention. You're constantly paying attention to everything when you're a true meditator state. That state is different from not being aware at all and then being into a trance where it's an intermediate state. But a long-term practice of meditation becomes more and more aware of everything happening. Relaxations, a lot of people, we come for relaxation, but meditation difference is much more than relaxation. Relaxation is a natural byproduct of meditation, natural byproduct. A relaxation response is completely different from a meditative or a homeostasis response, that coherence response we're talking, and the heart coherence, where our ability to slowing down the body activity will lead us to relaxation. But a meditator is not necessarily slowing down the body activity. When you are actually in a race, you are spontaneously, you are activating sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system for sometimes longer, shorter, but it is adjusting readily. So that is a meditative state where you're actively also balanced, you are inactive also balanced. A lot of times they say, hey, you've got too much going on in life, just slow down, you pull back, not do many things, and slow down. But then slow down will lead to relaxation. That means we are actually bringing the body to not become very active. That will also lead to ill health over a period of time. We know that. Having the parameter slow is relaxation is not necessarily a good thing for the body. Instead, adjusting to the environmental situations quickly and then pull back. Active, parasympathetic. Actively, I want to put my energy. And then the moment that moment is over, I need to just come back to normal so that my body just regenerates again and then ready to put more energy, active. We're driving, a car comes suddenly, we become very active to overtake, or no opposite coming. And then the next moment again, flat thing has come, so we become inactive. We don't carry that thought that, oh man, how could that fellow be so stupid, just comes on to me. And we don't carry that anymore. The moment that's gone, so meditation makes us become normal. So automatically our parasympathetic becomes and then activates it. So it slows the process down inside the body as the body again is working greatly. It takes it to the empty states, basically. All right, friends. So when it's important to understand. So I wanted to make sure that when people say, yeah, I'm doing my meditation. No, my music is my meditation. They're not. They merely are mind process to take you a peace of mind. Your intention is never there to know yourself. Because that intention is never there, during my become very egoistic, I'm inconsiderate, and this and that is continuously happening. If you are meditative, you slowly recognize you're becoming one with whole. So that is your intention, you observe it. And then the more you become one with whole, the less separation you seek. And so the less superiority you seek with others. So just because I'm a great musician, I don't demand that special attention. I don't demand this or that. If we are, then we're not even there in understanding what meditation is leading to. So various techniques, but we are choosing, now they're all considered as, they all have been termed as techniques because they sort of take you to an empty state into the flow, but they're not necessarily getting us to understand, not getting us to give what is required for us to know ourselves more, because that intention is never there, because we don't understand that that's the intention of why we're doing meditation, to become empty.